4 Wheel Parts is having an epic sale. Hot summer sale to be exact.
Massive sale, June 1st.
Head into 4 Wheel Parts or shop online at
4wheelparts.com
and take advantage of these killer deals June 1st.
Saturday, June 1st, hot summer sales, 4 Wheel Parts.
You don't want to miss this sale.
All right, guys, welcome back. We are here from Fishgistics headquarters, bringing you guys our coverage of the 2019 Baja 500. It is now 3 o'clock, so that means we are into our afternoon of coverage. Also, we did just have the first bike that finished right before 3 o'clock. So that means I believe they started at 4 o'clock this morning, so the first bike is going to be done right about almost exactly with 11 hours. So 11 hours on the bikes. I'm thinking that the trucks are going to be... We were guessing 10 before, but after seeing it took a bike 11, it's going to take the trucks at least 11, I think. We'll have to see. I think we're still about 3 hours away from the first truck finishing at least, so it might only be 10 to 11 hours, I think, is going to be your overall truck winner. Speaking of overall, right now, or in front, it is this truck behind me right here, the Andy McMillan truck. He is still out front. They are just about to the beach where things actually get pretty fun. Once these drivers get to the beach, they're probably going to relax a little bit. They're going to know this is a more fun section. They know this section really well. They've ran it a whole bunch, and it's not as tight and technical as the section they just did coming down from Mike's. So the race is going to get a little faster. You're going to see some higher top speeds in this next section, and you might see some guys make up some time in this next section. Let's go look at the map. So we can see the 31 is just crossing the highway right below Camelou there. They are going to be at mile 341.9, so basically 342. And they are, I just got an update right now, Andy McMillan first on the road through 343 at 302. So there we go. I'll let you guys know what the time splits are. We have Dan 200 is there giving me time splits. So as soon as Dan goes through and then Luke goes through and these guys, I'll let you know exactly what the physical time splits are, because it's real hard to tell by looking at the trackers here because they update all differently. So we'll try and get you guys some good time splits here. Let's see. Yeah, just got a picture too. All right, so that's that. So it's the 31, the 23, the 83, Luke McMillan. So we have... And actually, the 83 might be ahead of the 23 because I just got a text. Luke is 144 behind Andy. So that's going to be, let's see. Let me make sure that was Luke. And then we're going to have Cameron. It looks like he's going to be next in the 16. And then look who's right behind him that made up a ton of time in the last section, Bryce Menzies. He totally closed the door on Cameron, and he's right behind these top guys now. Going through that Mike's tight technical stuff, the four-wheel drive of Bryce Menzies actually excelled like we thought it would, and he was able to make up some time. But right behind him, we have a pack of Alan Impudia, Robbie Gordon, and Rob McCachran. They're all right there too. So really, this is a really good race. Any of these top 10 cars right here could easily win. It's going to come down to who doesn't have any more flat tires and no more issues, and who's the fastest up here. So let's see. Yep. So Luke is second actually. Luke's second. Has him on. Yep. And so remember, Luke started in the third row, which would have made him 2 minutes back from Andy, and he was only a minute 44 behind physically. So Luke is actually winning the race right now. Luke is your leader as of this road crossing. Once Cameron and Bryce come through, we'll have to get a split on them, and then we'll be able to know who's winning. But Menzies definitely made up the gap. I don't know if he's made up enough yet. He has to be 5 minutes behind Andy, which I don't think he's 5 minutes behind him. I think he's a little bit more right here. So we'll have to, we'll keep an eye on the number 7. So let's go back a little bit. Like I said, it was those. Then we have the 85 and the 9. Then we have the 15. Then you got a whole nother group right here hanging in there. We got Corey Keyser, the BJ Baldwin, still going. He's back in it. Tavo, he's at 0 miles an hour right there. So Tavo's got maybe a flat tire or some kind of issue. He's at 0 miles an hour. Mark Post still going. Clyde Stacy, Tim Herps, Gary Magnus. I believe that's probably Devin in there driving now since Gary did the start. And then we also have, who's that? The 40 of Chris Miller is right there. So let's see. So, yep. We're coming across the road. Sorry, guys, I'm looking at updates so I can tell you too. All right. Confident there, mixed up. All right, so someone is saying they think that the Luke tracker and the Dan tracker are mixed up on their site, on the screen, which actually makes sense. That's what someone just said. Let's see, that's Christian Serapis was saying that too. He thinks so. So that makes sense because, look, Luke, it just updated at 0, and so did Dan's. So this Dan tracker is actually the 83. So they have them mixed up. Then the 83 is actually the 23. So that's why Luke was the second car through, but this is showing Dan is ahead. So keep that in mind. Swap the 2 McMillan trackers. I'll try and talk to Score Ops after we're done with this update and see if we can get them to confirm that. And maybe they can get the tracker people to fix that. So keep that in mind when you guys are watching that. Let's see. Let me try and confirm it real quick. That's kind of big news. We want to make sure we get that right. That would be cool at least. All right, so what else do you guys want to see here? Who else are you guys looking for? Let's look at class 1s. They're going to be the next class here. So let's go look at the class 1s. All right. Class 1 still the 100 car, Brad Wilson out front, followed by Brian Wilson, the other Wilson car. Then we have Justin Davis. Well, there we go. These two teams are always battling it out against each other. So we got Justin Davis versus the 2 Wilson cars now. Seems like these races always come down to that battle. Then we have the 167 Reese Millen. This is that car we were talking about earlier. It's an all-wheel drive class 1 car. It's kind of like based off of a Razor design or a Can-Am design, UTV design. All-wheel drive, real small, real light, but they're running in class 1. So that's an interesting, let's see, Luke through. Yep. Okay, just got another update on the leaders for you guys. Luke is 1 minute behind, and then Dan for sure. So we can confirm by going back there, the trackers are swapped on the McMillans. Luke and Dan, they're each other. So when you're looking at it, you'll know now that when you see Luke's tracker, that's actually Dan. I'll call Score Ops after this and see if we can get them to switch it so we don't have to do that for the rest of the time. All right, so that's your Class 1 battle right there. It's those 4 cars. They pretty much checked out on everyone else. If we go back to looking, let's just show the Class 10. So Class 10, let's see, Class 10, 1068, that's going to be Cody Reed. He's going to be in front. Then the 1066, 1058, 1062, and the 1022 back there. All right. Then, let's see, 6 minutes. Yep, that's the 10 cars. Let's see the next class back. Let's go look at the spec, trophy truck specs. Show you guys them. So trophy truck specs. We have the 299. Charles Durancy's leading, followed by Sarah Price. So she's picked up the pace. She was dropped back a little bit earlier. Now she got back on the gas. Picked it up. She's in second. And then the 246, James Scully. And then we got like 4 cars in a row right here. We got Chelsea Magnus, Vince Munoz, Chad Dorman, and Bobby Patton. All doing their pits right there before they turn off the road up to Mike's. So that's what's going on there. Then on Class 1, any word on the 99? No, we haven't heard anything more on the 99. We did hear they were a little bit injured, but they're okay. They were going to take them in an ambulance or something to maybe their own car to get them checked out. But the 99 truck was messed up, but they were okay for the most part, the occupants there. Let's see, someone's saying Class 1 is Jeffries stopped. Well, let's go look. So yeah, Jeffries is stopped. He is right here. All right, so he's been stopped since 2:25. So for almost an hour or a little while here, he's been stopped. So bummer for mile since mile 235 or so. It looks like that's where the course comes back. So he's probably with his chase crew right there. So hopefully Damon Jeffries can get that fixed. So going back to the specs real quick, I wanted to check on we'll check on AJ Jones for you guys. So he is right here. So AJ Jones is at mile 231. So there you go, Ashley, looking for him. He is in the top 12 or so, maybe 10 or 12 right now, it looks like. But he's still moving, so that's good. Who else do you guys want to see? 1600. Okay, let's go look at them for you. 1600. Get to zoom out and go back a little ways. It looks like the 550, that would be the class champion, is in first, followed by the 575, the 571, and the 599. And let's see, so that's those guys there. And who else do you guys want to see? Let me know. Class 5, we just looked at them. How far behind is the 7TT? They're close, like we said. Class 11, yeah, we always want to check on the Class 11s, right? So there's 7 of them. Let's see how far they are. All right, the lead Class 11 is the 1113, and they are at mile 88. So it's been about 7 hours or so. 8, yeah, 9, 4. They probably got off the line 5.5 or 6 hours ago, and they've made it 88 miles. So that's not a very good average. It's pretty slow. So that's the Class 11s, all right? So we're going to get some more. All right, I'm going to get some more time splits for you guys. I'm getting more messages coming in right now and some videos. So I'm going to cut this one off. Go check out the page in a minute. We're going to post these splits. I'll post some videos up, and then I'll be back at 4 o'clock with your next update. But I got a bunch. My phone's blowing up right now. I got a bunch of pictures and video of them coming across the road there at the highway by the beach. So let me go put those up. We'll go look at the leaders one more time real quick in case you just joined in. Go back to the beach here. So like we said, the lead car is Andy McMillan in the 31. And then it's Dan McMillan showing on here, but this is actually Luke McMillan on the tracker. So Luke McMillan has Dan McMillan's tracker on his truck. So he is second. And then third is actually Dan McMillan, which is showing as Luke McMillan. So keep that in mind. Then we have Cameron Steele fourth and Bryce Menzies fifth. So there you go. Bryce Menzies is at mile 338 and Andy is at 351. So Bryce is about 12 miles, 13 miles behind Andy right now. So keep an eye on the number 7. That's the car to watch out of this whole group, I believe. Even Cameron is the one to watch too, but keep an eye on that number 7 coming up the beach. All right, thanks to 4 Wheel Parts, KMC Wheels, and Rigid Industries. We will see you guys back here at 4 o'clock. Go look at the page. I'm going to post a bunch of pictures and videos right now. See you guys at 4.